Hey guys, in this video today I want to talk to you all about the future of my YouTube channel and content creation career. Now this isn't a I'm done streaming and making content creation, but there are some things that I would like to address now and just kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up as to what I've been thinking about for a long time now. This is not something that I've whipped together just because of the DLC not really living up to my expectations really, and it's something that I've been thinking about for months. I've been talking about it with my wife and my family, and it's just kind of the time where I need to let you guys know where I'm at, and I want to be upfront with you guys. I want to be honest with you. That way you know where my head is at and kind of my, you know, what am I looking forward towards the future? What am I going to do in the future? So with this DLC, though, it has kind of shown a light on a lot of things, and because of that, this is why this video is here. So jumping on in, I want to talk about the possible outcomes for Total War and Creative Assembly in just Warhammer 3. Now, being on YouTube, I have obviously been able to create and grow my current channel due to Total War. I grew up playing Total War games, starting with Rome 1 way back in the day. And when I discovered Warhammer, I fell in love with the franchise all over again. It's been a fantastic experience. I really, for the most part, I really do enjoy Warhammer 3. I love all the people that I've met along the way, all the members, the viewers, you know, the names and the quote-unquote faces. And all of you guys have been fantastic. Your support has been tremendous. And so I really just, firstly here, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for helping me make this what it is so far, and really, like, I could not have asked for a better audience. So because of this DLC, what are the possible outcomes for just Total War and Warhammer 3? Now, the reason why I'm talking about it is because this kind of stuff is going to dictate what ends up happening down the road for myself in content creation. Again, this is not a I'm done streaming, I'm done with Total War video. That's not that, but it's just things that I want to talk about so you guys are aware of it. So the first thing that I really hope, I don't know if it's going to happen, but the first thing I hope that happens after this DLC is that Creative Assembly basically pulls their head out of their ass and gets Warhammer 3 back on track. Whether it's lowering the DLC price and DLC prices for the future, getting back to the community with more patches, more bug fixes, and just building up that trust relationship that they had with the community back in Warhammer 2. Ideally, they do all of those things all together, but at this point, I really just want at least one of them, just to show that they actually care and really want the best for not only the game but for the community as well. So I hope that's the outcome, but the reality is there are two other outcomes where I am not looking forward to, and those being that they could do two things here. They could not do anything. They could just say, screw it, we like it the way it is, we're not going to do anything. We've heard your voices, we've heard what you've had to say about the game, but we're still not going to do anything about it. And all that's going to do is just upset the community even further. More bad reviews, less people playing, people leaving the game, not coming back, all of that kind of stuff. And ultimately, I'm really worried. The worst case scenario is that they just drop Warhammer 3 before they're done with the DLCs that they want to make and release for the game, and we have another Three Kingdoms situation on our hands. And really, I feel like I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's the direction they're leaning towards, because I feel like if they end up dropping Warhammer 3, then they're going to just lose so much of their community, so many people that have been following and playing Total War, for a good portion of their lives. They're just be like, you've done this twice now with two separate games. Why would we ever buy a product from you ever again? So these are just the possible outcomes that I've seen, or that I think could happen moving forward with Warhammer 3 and DLC and Total War games in general. Now, what do these three possible outcomes have to do with myself? Basically, what could or what will happen to my channel if number 2 and number 3 here end up happening moving forward in the future of Total War's life cycle. The biggest thing is that I would love to continue the rate of content production that I am doing, but I'm just at the point in my life with my job in real life, my family, my daughter, my career, my wife's career, where I need to be able to justify the time I'm spending on content creation. It is to the point now where I can't just spend 40 hours a week working on Warhammer 3 content, whether it's streaming videos, editing, all that stuff, on top of working a full-time job, on top of having a wife and family and friends. It's just to the point now where I have to be able to justify my time doing it. And a lot of it, what it comes down to is, am I able to make money with it? Now, it's never been my goal that this is a money-driven, plan from the get-go. That was never my intention. And it's not that I would ever completely get rid of my channel. It's just that I would have to dial it back a very extreme amount, where it becomes more of a hobby and less of a sort of like dream of mine to be a big Total War content creator. Which kind of leads into my second point, because if the second and third outcome happens where nothing changes, or they even drop Warhammer 3, because of that, I'm just gonna again have to stream less, and which means there's gonna be less content due to the lack of or the drop of interest. Whether it's less people are playing the game, less people are watching the game, viewership, across Total War, across other creators are dropping, less people, just general interest of wanting to get into a new game, into Total War, whatever the combination of reasons may be, it's just going to be less content for me, because I have to be able to, again, justify my time doing it just because of what I have going on in my actual life. The next thing that very well could happen in order to not stream less and not create less content is be on Kick more, which is the other streaming platform that I have created a channel on, just due to the fact that it has a better monetization possibility. It's got a lower threshold. They actually pay you for streaming. And the reason I bring that up, it's not because I'm trying to money grab here. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. It's just a way that I could potentially be able to keep up the amount of content I'm providing you guys, and just being able to enjoy Warhammer at the same amount of time that I currently am doing, because I'm able to financially afford to do so. And so I cannot re-emphasize that enough. It's not about, oh, you guys aren't doing enough, there's not enough memberships, there's not enough super chats. That's not what I'm saying. It's just basically what I have going on in my life. I just have to make this really tough decision. I know what it looks like, I know how it sounds, but believe me, it could not be further from the truth. On a more positive note, what streaming on Kick will provide for me, and as well as kind of dialing back my content creation due to a lack of interest in Warhammer and Total War in general, is a more game variety. It'll be more, playing or streaming games when I can, video, making when I can, but you'll see me play more games other than Total War. For example, it could be Hogwarts Legacy, Red Dead Redemption 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, whatever it may be. It'll just be a wider variety of games where, like, hey, what do I feel like playing today? It's going to be Warhammer 3, or maybe today it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3. It's not going to be as, well, I'm a Total War content creator, I need to have more Total War content being released versus that. So there is a positive to it, and I'm trying to find the positives in potentially having to dial back the amount of content creation I would have to make. And that is one thing I definitely would be able to do, where whether it's just me playing it by myself, but it could be with me playing, with other members of the community, where we do some member streams, or just on Discord or something like that. It'll be a way where I can just kind of be able to branch out a little bit. And the last thing I want to talk about, again, the big thing that I am making the decision to do, or will make this decision to do, is just because I want to focus on my family and my in real life career. I know content creation is a in real life thing, and a lot of people do it, but for me right now, it's just not at the rate that it's going, it's just not feasible for me personally to do. And it's not to say that other people can't do it, because there definitely are people that are able to do it. But for me right now, it's really hard to be able to justify that for myself. And so I hope, with everything that I've talked about with this, I hope you guys are going to be able to understand where I'm coming from. Where, again, it's nothing that you guys have done. It's nothing that I've done. And I hope all the best for Warhammer 3 and Total War as a franchise, gaming franchise overall. But I just have to face the cold hard truth that, it's my expectations for what I had, what I thought was going to happen with this DLC, what I thought was going to happen with Total War. It's just not happening, unfortunately. It's just hasn't been in the cards for me, and sometimes that's just how life goes. And if I do have to end up stepping away, I'm definitely gonna miss being able to stream, 4, sometimes 5 days a week, interacting with you guys. I'll definitely miss a lot of you, and the viewership, and just engaging with you guys, talking about the game, talking about life, all that stuff. I'll definitely miss that with you all. And because of that, I just want to say at the end of it, just thank you. A giant thank you. My wife thanks you for supporting me on this endeavor if it comes to the point where I have to make this extremely tough decision. And I cannot say it enough. I cannot say it loud enough. And so just thank you to everyone who has and is and continuing to support me, whether it's by subscribing or just watching a stream, lurking at a stream, whether you're a member, whether or not you're able to super chat. All those things matter. All those things make a huge impact on content creation and me as a person. So just thank you very much for everything that you guys have done for me. You have made this one hell of a ride. It's been extremely fun, and I really hope it doesn't come to that, but in case it does, I just want to take the time now again to say thank you for all your guys' support. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Don't forget to check out my Shadows of Change DLC review that I will have put at the end of this video if you guys want to click on it, and that'll kind of help explain why I even decided to make this video. So thank you guys again for your support, and I hope to see you guys again soon on the next live stream, guys. Have a good one. Bye.